Well, I tallied up the votes for number 1, number 2, or number 3. And 3 is clearly the winner. But as I was counting up, I had even more votes come in. But number 3 is definitely the winner by a landslide. I'll tell you what, I do like all 3. And I'm going to make all 3. And I drew another one out last night, a much bigger knife. And I like that. I'm going to make that. Not out of Damascus, because Damascus is just too expensive, and I couldn't sell a knife for enough to recover the cost of the Damascus. But I do like that, and I'm going to make that out of some 1084 very soon. So, number 3 wins it. That's the first knife I'm going to make on Damascus. See ya. Thanks for voting. Someone asked me how I put the edge on my knives, and this is it. Right now I've worked my way up to the coarse stone, but I started with the extra coarse. This is the Lansky sharpening system. It's not, high-end professional, but the reason it's not is because it takes a lot of time and effort to put an edge on this. This is the Lansky sharpening holder. And what you do is you sharpen just like this. I'll show you. This rod goes through a hole here, and it keeps it at the same angle every time. And you just rub, and rub some more until your fingers are so sore they're going to fall off. And you flip it over. You put it in the same hole. And you rub until your finger's going to fall off. And then you move up to the next grade, which would be medium. And then fine, and then ultra fine. And of course I put a little bit of honing oil on this. And this is so wore out. I don't know if you can see. I've wore a divot in it, but I got 2 new ones coming. So, and I've got 2 knives to sharpen, and by the time I sharpen these knives, I'll have my new set. I'll tell you what, buying these refills here, they're like $8 each plus $4 shipping, and you buy 2 of them, and you could damn near buy a whole set. That's the whole set right there. And with it comes another jaw here that holds the blade. I'll take this off and let you get a better look at it. And it is a bit problematic, and I've figured out a way to get around some of the problems, like where this clamps down on the blade. It comes with some leather in there, but it comes right off. So I've had to use some epoxy and put some much thicker leather in there. And you got to really tighten it down. There's a straight blade screw right here, head. You got to, and that's what I've learned. You can't tighten it down using this. You have to tighten it down using that and a lot of torque. Otherwise, when you're sharpening it, the blade just flops around in the jaw here. So it's the Lansky sharpening system for a guy that makes a knife a week. It's perfectly fine. But if you are somebody whose business depended on you sharpening these knives and getting them out the door quick, this would not be the kit that you'd want. They make a lot more very expensive sharpeners. So I'm happy with this. It takes me probably a couple of hours rubbing on a blade to get it to shave hair and cut paper. And I'm okay with that. I sit here when I don't have the camera on, I'm listening to the radio or my YouTube videos. I got Bluetooth stereo here. I just send I'll tell you what, I've got this little block here that I set my phone in, and I press a button and watch a video. I set it right over here. While I'm sharpening, I can watch a video and listening to it on my Bluetooth speakers up there, which is loud enough to I can hear it over anything I got running in here. Okay, well, that's the basics of me sharpening. If you want to know any more, somebody just asked me today how I sharpen these, and I thought that would be a a good, here, let me pick you up. Oh, sorry. So this is what everything looks like. This is the Nessmuk. It's sold. And I don't think the guy wants his initials. So this is what the sheath looks like. I'm really happy with the sheath. I like the way the sewing come out really, really nice. I'm kind of getting the feel for it again. You know, I feel pretty good. Well, hell, you don't know who that is. And I'll be honest, I'm not happy with my sheaths. Are not at the level I want to be. What I want to do, I don't want to do fold over their sheaths anymore. I want to do where you have a bottom and then a spacer and then a top, and then that way you can embellish the top, you can put initials in, you can cross hatch. I mean, you can do a lot of really cool stuff. But I'm not to that point yet. I got to stick with these until I get much better at making knives. When I'm really comfortable where I am at making knives, then I'm going to work a little more on my sheets. These are 100% functional, and you know, they're well made. I mean, I don't know if that sounds funny to say. I mean, I make them as well as any sheath could be made. They're glued and they're stitched really tight, and they're made out of thick leather. I'm happy with the work I'm doing on the sheaths. I'm just not happy with the style of the sheaths. So anyway, I'm going to sharpen this next. I got to bring this all the way up to fine, and then Monday I'll ship it. When you'll see this probably Sunday morning. So oh yeah, there's the three on the left: Old River, Sabine, and Caddo. The Sabine is the one that won. That was number 3. And Caddo was number 1, and Old River was number 2. What do you think of them names? Caddo is a lake around here. Sabine is a river around here, and Old River, of course, is another river around here. So I really like them, and I got one more. I think I already mentioned it in another clip, but I got one more in the house, and I really like it. It's a bigger knife. It's almost as big as the door cheat up there. It's bigger than a swamp rat, and it's going to be a really nice knife. I like the way it's looking. I may tweak on it tonight a little bit, but let me tell you, I started whittling on it, number 3, and I think this is hardened, because it's taken some kind of time to cut through it, and I'm just going to go ahead and deal with it. There's the Damascus that Ricky sent me. I've got the dinner skinner traced out on that, and I'll be sanding the vulgarity off soon. But the next knife I got to make is a Nessmuk. It's already sold, and then I'm going to get on these knives. But tomorrow, I'm going to finish sharpening if I don't do this tonight. It's getting late. Sharpen that. And then I may piddle around and cut a Nessmuk out. Okay, have a good Sunday, y'all.